Hi everyone, we are here for another makeup basket for the week. I'm going to show you what I had for this past week. I didn't film it. Sometimes I will film it, sometimes I won't. But I wanted to show you what I had in my makeup basket for this week, and then we will select what I have for this next week. All right, so the palette that I chose for this past week was the Laura Mercier, I think this is the Artist palette. So I wore most of the shades except these right here, the darker ones. And let me turn this around. But yeah, the darker shades over here. I'm sorry, I'm holding my camera, so it's hard to kind of use. I don't have another hand, so I am trying to show you guys, but I can't really swatch until the end. But yeah, this is what I wore for the week. I haven't worn cool shades for a while, and it was just good to play around with cooler shades. Well, I did swatch some of these shades on my arm right there. So I did get a chance to wear some of these shades, and on this side I got a chance to wear these. This is the only shade that I didn't get to wear for the week, which is right there. I don't know. I may have to try and wear that one maybe this week, because I do want to try that one. But I did really enjoy this palette. The other palette that I chose was a smaller palette, and this is the Rimmel palette, and it's Crown Jewels. And let me show you a swatch of that right there. Unfortunately, I did wear this, I think it was Saturday, and some of the colors faded off. So it's a drugstore palette, so, and it's on the older side, so that's probably why the colors faded. But nonetheless, I mean, I still enjoyed it. I'm not going to get rid of it. I'm not going to get rid of this palette just because, everybody declutters. No. So I'm going to keep this palette and, give it some more love. Okay, so for highlight, I have this, and I wore this highlighter from Ofra. This is You Do You, and that is the swatch of it right there. It is a little bit chunky and chalky, so, but it is pretty on the cheeks. I did wear this, and I still enjoyed it, so you just have to, and it does kick up a little bit of powder, but nonetheless, I did enjoy this, and yeah. I'm trying to give you guys more reviews because somebody did ask me to give a little bit of reviews on the products that I'm using, so that's what I'm doing. This is the paint pot from MAC, and this is the Vintage Selection. And let me see, that's the swatch of it right there. So I thought it went really pretty with these palettes here. So I wore that one for the week. The only thing I didn't wear this week was this. This is the, oh, and I didn't swatch this, I'm sorry. This is the Catrice Intensify Eye Wet and Dry Shadow. I think wet, and this is called, I'm sorry, this is called Lunch at Tiffany's. This eyeshadow is not really, like, if you use it dry, it's not really pigmented. I've never wet this eyeshadow. I'm gonna try and do that and see if it works. This will be in my makeup baskets for the fall, so I'll get a chance to use this. I'm gonna put this away for now. But I will get a chance to use this. I just didn't get a chance to use this because, I am doing Pan That Palette, and I am using a palette for the month as well. So in between this and, this small palette, and then this Laura Mercier, and then my Pan That palette, and then the other palette from Coastal Scents, it's a lot. So and I may have to adjust my Pan That palette and not use a palette for the month because I'm starting makeup baskets. So I'm just going to use whatever I have in my weekly makeup baskets along with my Pan That palettes. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, so moving on, this is the Hourglass Dim Light, and you all know what this looks like. This is in my makeup use up, but I did use it for the week. So because I only have 3 powders in my collection, woohoo! And I also use this Happy Booster from Physicians Formula. This is a bronzer. I'm sorry, do you see that? I just scraped my hand while I was trying to grab something from the floor. So that's what this looks like. I kind of use this as a topper because it's more of a glowy topper. You can't really, and as you can see, I broke one heart, and then I'm just using the leftover down there, along with the my Too Faced bronzer that I use for my makeup use up. So I'm using this along with the other bronzer. These products right here stay the same. I'm not going to go over these. I have these products in every makeup basket, so yeah, it's not worth going through. I also left this here. So this is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. So I use this along with this week. And then this is my primer as well. This doesn't change. This is the only primer I have in my collection. This is the Garnier 5-Second Blur, and I love this primer. I know a lot of people don't like this primer, but I enjoy it because I don't wear foundation. Maybe if I wore foundation, maybe I wouldn't like it, but I don't wear foundation, so this really mattifies and covers up my pores, and I absolutely love this primer. So I keep repurchasing this primer because I love it. Okay, and then the last product I have here, sorry this is dirty. This is the Smashbox, what is this called? This is in Spoiler Alert. This is like a dark purple liquid lipstick, and that is the swatch right there. So I wore that for the week along with the other lipsticks that I have in my makeup use up. So, okay, so let's go ahead and pick some products for this week, and I'm going to go ahead and grab my list of stuff that I have planned for the makeup baskets. I will do a planning makeup basket for fall and winter. So hopefully that will come up soon. It's just a lot of footage that I have to edit, and my computer right now is not working, so just bear with me with that. I'm trying to get the computer fixed. There's a lot in my phone, all that. Hopefully, I'm so sorry. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for even watching this video, and for the patience. So I'm gonna be right back.
No. I'm sorry you never see me.
No, I'm not recording. Here. Oh yeah, I am recording.
I'm here. I am somebody.
The bigger palettes this week, I have the MAC Warm Eyes palette. And I'm sorry, this is a complete mess in here, so bear with me here. Okay, and this palette is right here. This is the MAC, what is this called? Yes, the eyeshadow 15 warm neutral palette. So I'm going to be using this palette for the week, and I will swatch it at the end. Sorry for all the noise. But yeah, this is what it looks like. So I'm going to be using that for the week. Okay, then moving on to smaller palettes. I have down that I'm going to be using this Maybelline Sun Baked Neutrals palette. That might be a bit much to use all these palettes, but hopefully, like I said, with not using not using the 1-1-1 palette, I will be able to use the smaller palettes and the bigger palettes, but I am going to leave it in here. Oh, I just swatched this lipstick and it's now all over my drawers. Anyway, so this is the palette that I'm going to be using along with this one right here. I'm going to move this. Then moving on to single eyeshadows, I'm going to be using this Dior single eyeshadow, which you guys are going to see this a lot. I don't have a lot of single eyeshadows. This is all my single eyeshadows right here. So I'm just kind of rotating these single eyeshadows. So this is the Dior in Gold Touch, right? Yes. So that is what that looks like. So I'm going to be playing with that this week along with these, because these are all warm palettes. I kind of go warm, then I go cool tone. So I just kind of do that. But I really enjoyed using the palettes, that Laura Mercier palette. Okay, let's see. For eye base, I'm going to be using this Paint Pot Rubenesque. So let's see it there. And then again, the Hourglass, which is right here. The Hourglass Dim Light, which I showed you. So I'm going to be using that. For highlight, I'm going to be using, let's see, let me pull this out so you guys can see this drawer, because I know you all are curious. I'm going to be using this Betty Luminizer, which is also in my project use up for the year. And that is what that looks like. I have pan in this. I'm really excited about that. So yeah, so I'm going to be using that this week. Let's see. For bronzer, I'm going to be using the IT Cosmetics, I should know the name, Radiance Ombre Bronzer. You also have seen this so many times, but I'm going to be using this as a bronzer for the week, putting it in the rotation. Okay, and then for blush, let's go down to the blush drawer. It says I'm going to be using Pink Grapefruit from Laura Mercier. And this is Pink Grapefruit right here. And that is what that looks like. So I will give you a swatch at the end. Really pretty color. Okay, now for lipsticks, let's see. Oops. I have a mess here. I need to really, I don't have a lot of space. So it is just a mess. How embarrassing. But you know, you all make messes with your makeup. It's fun to make messes too. Okay, so I have down that I'm going to be using the Milani Pretty Natural. And this is Pretty Natural. So I'm going to be using this lipstick right here. And let me open it up so you guys can see that. That is what that looks like. So let me go ahead and do a swatch of all this stuff that I'm going to be using for the week and come back. Okay, so here are the swatches for the MAC palette right here. As you can see, some of these are hit and miss. So we're going to go ahead and play with these, like these two right here. That one and that one right there doesn't have much pigmentation, and that pink one is beautiful. So I'm looking forward to just playing with this. I haven't played with this palette for a while, so yeah. All right, so the smaller palette right here, these are the swatches right up here, as you can see. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, I didn't swatch everything. I just swatched a couple of eyeshadows just so you can get the idea of what I'm going to be working with for the week. And then this is Rubenesque, and I have the swatch right there. I thought that was a really pretty, I think this is a really pretty base for these eyeshadows. As you can see, the golds. And I did use this as a blush topper, so thank you, Elena, for suggesting that. It looked really pretty. I had to blend it out a little bit. Elena, one of my subscribers said to use this as a cheek topper for a blush, and I did try that. I had to kind of, because it was really intense, but it did look beautiful. So thank you so much, Elena, for suggesting that. I love when you guys give me suggestions, because it's, I mean, we don't really think about using the products that we use, and then you guys see it's like, oh, you can blend this and this and this. I really appreciate you guys giving me suggestions, so I welcome them very much, because I'm not a pro at this, so thank you. Okay, so moving on, this is the Betty Luminizer highlight right there in the middle there. So that's what that looks like. I'm sure you all know this is a really popular highlight that everyone loves because it's really intense. So when I use this, I have to like dab a little bit because it can go really you can see it from outer space, and sometimes I don't like that look. So anyway, this is the blush. This is Pink Grapefruit by Laura Geller, and the swatch of it is that pinky color right there. So I'm going to be using that. And I didn't have to swatch this. This is a bronzer. And then this is the, what is it? Milani Pretty Natural lipstick. And the swatch of it is right there. So those are all my swatches. And this is what I'm going to be using for the week. If you guys have used any of these products, let me know if you have and how you've used them. Any helpful tips, I really appreciate. So I welcome them, and yeah, it's helpful. I love talking about makeup. So anyway, that is my makeup basket for the week. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.